Hey everybody, and welcome to day 18 of Vlogmas. Okay, hey everybody, look, I left the house. We are out and about today. You'll be so proud of me. I didn't go to the post office, but I did go to the UPS store. So I have successfully shipped off things that I have been sitting on for over a year to send. So souvenir skeins from all my trips over the course of the last year, currently on their way to Rachel Antonitz. My Daft Days whip, currently on its way to Evan. And my Fair Isle project bag, and a skein of yarn I spun, and some other little treats for Jackie of Jackie is Making out of my house. Oh, I'm so pleased with that. I'm so happy about that because it just weighs on you when you have a simple task that doesn't take that long, but you let it haunt you for however long leading up to actually doing the thing. And it's just ridiculous, but I don't know any other way to live. It is just my way. So I'm very glad to be free from that torturous situation of having those 3 different parcels just waiting for me to get my ducks in a row. But my ducks, they're in a row, and those packages are shipped. Then after that, we went to Panda Express and got a delicious meal. I got orange chicken and honey walnut shrimp with fried rice. It was absolutely fabulous. I couldn't even finish it all, which is not common. Usually I'm a clean plate club person, but I'm trying to listen to my body more and stop eating when I'm full. Anyway, who cares? And then now we are at Old Navy. DJ is returning some things. And you may be thinking, Rachel, don't you have some Old Navy returns to make as well? And that's true, except I looked back at my order history, and the jumpsuit that I bought that was a little tight and I decided I was going to return was $6. And then a pair of jeans I also decided I was going to return, but I took the tag off on accident because I thought I was going to keep them. But then ultimately I was like, no, these aren't comfortable. I'm going to return them. Those were $11. So both of those items I got on a super mega sale, and I decided $6 is not worth it to me. I'd rather pay $6 to stay in the car. And then $11, I would rather pay $11 than not have to say, I accidentally took the tag off these. Can you still take them as a return? So I decided for $17, I'm going to keep my little tuchus, well, my big tuchus, my moderately average size tuchus in the chair and stay in the car. But DJ is not as deficient as I am in these areas, and he marched himself into the Old Navy, and he is doing some returns. And then after that, we're going to head home, and I have some big jobs today. I'm finally ready to make the website for the 2027 tour that I've been teasing you over the last week and a half or so. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this tour. I am going to, if I can get everything done in time, I'm going to let my returners know about the trip probably tomorrow on Friday. And then I'm going to let my email list know on either Saturday or Sunday. And then on Monday, I'm going to post to Instagram. So my returners and my email list will have a head start to sign up for this trip. Here's DJ getting back from Old Navy. Pause. I was just telling them that you're not afraid of these things like I am. He said, yeah. Okay, so we're going to head home actually, and then I will tell you the rest about the trip when I'm back in my craft room. So the suspense continues. Okay, change of plans. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer because I'm going to get my nails done. They're just too long, and I can't type out a whole website with these talons. It'll drive me nuts. So you gotta wait a little bit longer. Okay, got my nails done. Da, 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 da. Originally I was, Wasn't even showing you. Originally, I was just getting purple, dark purple. And when she was doing my manicure, I was like, I want this to be a little bit more festive. So I asked if she had any like dark chrome colors. And she pulled out this beautiful dark purple chrome. Oh, so festive. Wow. That was weird. Okay, now I'm going to go get my eyebrows waxed, and then I will go home, and once the redness calms down, then I will tell you about the knitting tour. Oh, get excited. Okay, back in the car from Ulta. Remember how yesterday or the other day I told you I was sensitive to the sun? Well, I'm sensitive to everything, and honestly, Santa does not need Rudolph to guide his sleigh. He just needs my forehead right now because it is red. My eyebrows are not the only thing I got at Ulta. I mean, whatever. I also got this mascara, which I really, really like. My younger sister shared a tip with me and my older sister a few years ago that a brow waxer, brow artist, I don't know. Am I just thinking that because of sandwich artist? A brow technician, that sounds important. A brow person in Ulta once shared this with her. We're getting to the point that if you get a travel size mascara, it lasts just as long as a full size because it doesn't dry out as fast. So, my current travel size mascara that I got in March as part of a triple sampler pack is pretty dry. So I figured it's time to get a new one. And this is one I tried in that sampler pack that I really, really liked. It's Benefit Fan Fest. So, okay, that's it officially for the errands today. Let's head home and I will officially tell you about Scotland. Did I tell you it was Scotland yet? I don't think so. It's in Scotland. I'll tell you soon. Hey everybody, it is the next morning. So welcome to day 19 of Vlogmas. It is the morning of Friday, December 19th. And here's what happened. Yesterday, after I got home from Ulta, I parked it in front of my computer and I spent 5 hours building the trip website for the most incredible trip that I'm so excited for and that I've been teasing at you for a little while, and I'm finally ready to give you more details. Now, this video will probably hopefully go up today, December 19th. So that means you shouldn't have too long to wait before you can sign up if this itinerary really piques your interest or the things that I'm sharing with you. I won't share the full itinerary, but I'll give you a broad overview of things to look forward to. Right now, my returners are looking it over and some people are signing up. And then tomorrow, Saturday, I will share it with my email list. And then Monday, I will post to my Instagram. So if you want to be in that group of people who have early access starting tomorrow on Saturday, make sure you head to the description and click on the link to sign up for my email list, or you can scan the QR code here in the corner to be on the email list so you get that email on Saturday. Now, if you sign up for my email list after Saturday, like if you're watching this and Saturday has already come and gone, you won't get that email retroactively. So just be aware of that. But yeah, I'm so excited to introduce you to my first ever destination knitting retreat. In April of 2027, I will be hosting a Scottish Highlands Knitting Retreat, and I am just through the roof about this. It is a 9-night trip, and there are only 3 hotels. So if you've been on a knitting tour before or you've watched my recaps, you may know that these are very fast-paced trips. And there's a lot of benefit to that. We get to pack in more itinerary items, we get to see more of the countries we're visiting, but it does mean that it's very fast-paced. Whereas this knitting retreat is intentionally designed to have a slower pace so we can really relax, reset, and just enjoy all the scenery as we get those stitches in. So we'll be staying the first 2 nights of the trip at the Dalmahoy Hotel in Edinburgh, which is where I stayed this summer. I want to say last year, but it's still 2025 for a few more days. It's where we stayed earlier this year for my Scotland knitting tours that I hosted with my mom. It's a beautiful hotel. And fun fact, The Bachelor was filmed there. So you have a connection to Jesse Palmer, to Bachelor Nation, to the symbolism of the rose, if that's your kind of thing. If not, you can just pretend that's not a thing and go about your business. But it's a beautiful hotel with beautiful grounds. There's a golf course. So if you maybe have a non-knitting partner who loves to golf, this would be a great trip for them to tag along because they can have some enrichment activities on the green. I think that's what you say for golf. So we'll stay 2 nights there at the beginning of the trip, and then we're gonna head to Oban, which, oh my gosh, Oban, I had never heard of it before I went earlier this summer, and it is so cute. It's the most charming coastal town, getting up close to the Highlands. It's so gorgeous, so picturesque, so charming. And we will be staying at the Neepak House Hotel for 2 nights. And as if that weren't amazing enough, because the Neepak House Hotel, you may remember from my Scotland 2 recap, it's so beautiful. It's this very, very curated boutique hotel with loch views, so gorgeous. So it's a fabulous place to stay, but I've made it even better because it's going to be an exclusive hire. What does that mean, Rachel? It means we'll be the only ones staying there. That's correct. We will have the whole hotel, the grounds, all to ourselves. So if you see a chair you want to sit and knit in, no one can take that away from you because it's only our group at the hotel. Are you hearing me? That's like a huge deal. Fireplaces, couches, immense, beautiful scenery, a bar, amazing. So I'm very excited for our time in Oban at the Neepak House Hotel. After we finish our time in Oban, which will include free time and a workshop with Deborah Gray, we're going to make our way north, officially into the Highlands, and we're going to stay at Fort Augustus, which is near Loch Ness, and we'll be staying at the Lovett Hotel while we're there. This is another boutique, cute, small hotel, and it's the second hotel that we have for exclusive hire. So again, that means our group is the only group that's gonna be there. Are you listening to me? That's amazing. I'm so excited for this. You can be as weird as you want to be because there's going to be nobody there to judge you. It's just going to be our group. Sit and knit, chat, get a coffee, get a glass of wine, enjoy the views of Loch Ness while we're at the Lovett Hotel. Are you kidding me? Incredible. So while we're in Fort Augustus, we'll also have some workshops. We'll have some free time in Inverness for shopping and sightseeing. And while we're in the area, we're going to have a full day trip to the Isle of Skye. So if the Isle of Skye is on your bucket list, this is the trip to sign up for, because when we're on the island, we're going to go to Skye Skins, which is Scotland's only sheepskin tannery. And I was reading up on their website and they use mimosa tree bark for the tanning process, which I am like nerding out over. I'm hoping that when they say mimosa tree, they're talking about the mimosa tree that I'm thinking of, which is very, very special to me. Very, very special to me. We had a mimosa tree in my backyard. In the house I grew up in, and I would take the silk flowers and I would rub them across my face. They're so soft, those beautiful pink flowers. So anyway, I feel like a special tie to those trees. So I'm very, very excited about that. Mimosa trees, fuchsia flowers, wisteria, those are my jam. Okay, also while we're on the Isle of Skye, we're going to go to Island at the Edge Croft, which is a working farm. They breed Hebridean sheep and Black Cheviot. And with those fleeces, they make premier products, some tweed, yarns. Very excited to visit there and to shop, and also learn about, the process of being a crafter. But that's not the only thing, or the last thing we're doing on the Isle of Skye. We're also going to, I hope I'm saying this correctly, Dunvegan Castle, which is Scotland's longest inhabited castle, if I remember correctly. It's been inhabited for like 800 years. So we'll get to go poke around there and look around, be nosy. It's going to be so fabulous, so fabulous, so fabulous. And one of my favorite things to do on a knitting tour is go into different rooms of the buildings we're in and be like, if this were my craft room, where would I put my knitting chair? Where would I put my yarn wall? Where would I put some yarn storage? This would be big enough. I like this. I like this idea. So I'm very excited to go to multiple castles on this trip. We're going to Dunvegan Castle and Blair Castle. So I'm excited to do that little, hypothesizing in my mind's eye. After our beautiful day on Isle of Skye, we'll go back to Fort Augustus, enjoy the Lovett Hotel, and then the last 2 days of the knitting tour, we go back to Edinburgh, we go back to the Dalmahoy Hotel, and we've got free time in St. Andrews. We have a visit to Bowbridge Alpaca Farm, which I had the immense honor of visiting on Scotland 1 earlier this year. The alpacas are so friendly. The proprietors of the farm are incredible. They're so knowledgeable. We got to feed the alpacas. We got to walk them around a little obstacle course, and we even got to make our own needle felting alpacas to take home with us. And some people got to also shop for yarn and fiber if they so chose. So I'm very excited to go back there. And last, but definitely not least, if you've been watching Game of Wool, for better or worse, I know there are some hot takes and hot opinions, just like I know there are some people just eating it up. They love every second. We're going to have a workshop with Di Gilpin herself. Di is one of the judges on Channel 4's Game of Wool, hosted by Tom Daly, and we will get a workshop with her where we will learn all about Gansey knitting, the history of Gansey knitting, the construction of Gansey knitting, and we'll get to play with her yarn and test out a few different sample techniques for Gansey knitting, and I'm sure that we can also pick her brain on all things Game of Wool, and also my favorite Netflix movie, or Netflix Christmas movie, I should say, Castle for Christmas, starring Carrie Ewells and Brooke Shields. Di Gilpin and Sheila Greenwell were the knitting consultants for that movie, so we can pick their brains about that as well. So I'm so excited for our workshop with Di Gilpin, plus all of the other amazing things on the tour. So some exciting things to look forward to, just to bring us all back to our broad overview. No one-night stays. Each hotel has at least 2 nights that we're staying there, so we don't have to grab and go and be as fast-paced as on some other tours, which again, there are pros to, but there are also cons. And we're having a slower pace on this. This is a retreat, not a knitting tour. So we really get to sit back, relax. So if you're feeling the hustle and bustle of this holiday season and you are looking forward to some slow, quiet time with your knitting, this is definitely going to be the trip for you. Other things to look forward to. We have free time built into the tour, which is not a common thing. We have free time built in Stirling, a historical market town. Free time built in Oban, so you could choose to go to the chocolate factory or the distillery or climb McCraig's Tower. It's a beautiful seaside town, so you'll be rich with options. Also, there's free time in Inverness, which is Scotland's most northerly city. You can explore around, live your most outlander fantasy if you want. Keep it PG. I don't know. Do what you want. And then also we have free time in St. Andrews. So again, if you have a golfer who loves golf, but maybe not knitting, this doesn't have to be a prohibitive trip for them. By all means, bring them along and they'll have a great time too. Also, don't forget that workshop with Di Gilpin, but we also have other workshops. There's a brioche knitting workshop, a Dorset buttons workshop, and a Secrets, Illusions, and Code knitting workshop with Deborah Gray and Oban. So I'm really, really excited about our learning experience we'll get to have. In fact, the brioche workshop is going to be at a distillery, so you can sip and knit, sip and stitch, which will be super fun, if I do say so myself. And what else to remember? The day trip to Isle of Skye, that's huge. I'm so excited. I've never been to the Isle of Skye, so I'm very, 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 very excited for this. It's going to be a fabulous trip. So, like I said, on Saturday, so tomorrow, as of day of filming and day of upload, Saturday, I will send the full itinerary, including pricing and booking process, to my email list. So if you're not on my email list, now's the time to, again, scan that QR code or head to the video description to make sure you're signed up. And then on Monday, I will post to Instagram. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. So excited. Last piece of housekeeping to alert you to is there is early bird pricing. If you sign up by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time on January 1st, Central Standard Time is my time zone, so I'm just doing it for my ease. If you sign up by then, on January 1st, you have early bird pricing, which has a £200 discount, British pound sterling. Okay, so if you are wanting to come, don't wait, because starting January 2nd, the price goes up by £200. So look forward to Saturday if you're on my email list. Look forward to Monday if you're on social media only. And I'm just so thrilled and so excited. And I have to say, so grateful to you, because you watching, you liking, you subscribing, you commenting, you being invested in my shenanigans is really what makes these trips possible. They would not be possible if you didn't give one flying fart about me. So thank you for caring about me. It is felt, it is seen, it is heard, and I so appreciate you. And I can't wait to see what other shenanigans we're going to get up to together in the years to come, because I'm not going anywhere. You may be sad to hear. I don't know. Okay. We're not going to be self-deprecating today. Lucky you, I'm going to be here doing this for a while. So I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. And that leads me to my next thing, which is I'm done with Vlogmas. Sorry, I am done. I am ready to sit and not talk to myself. Okay? Well, I will still have a running dialogue up here, but I'm ready to turn the camera off and just enjoy this festive season. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to focus on time with DJ, on time with family, and I hope that you can do the same. I want to say thank you so much for sticking around through Vlogmas. This is the furthest I think I've ever gotten on Vlogmas, and maybe next year I'll get farther. I don't know. Originally I planned, excuse me, to make it to December 20th. So, I'm not too far. I'm not too far from the mark, but I am ready to call it quits. And I'm really grateful that you came along with me during this month of December. So that's all for now. I'll see you in January. I hope you're well. I hope you're working on something that's bringing you joy. And if it's not, put it down, because life's too short for the hobby we do for enjoyment. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.